The following paid program is furnished by Raskin Resources Productions. It's for basic entertainment and informational purposes only and is solely responsible for its content. It does not necessarily reflect the views of Cumulus Media, its management, or its staff.
Welcome to the Patricia Raskin Show, the program that helps you turn obstacles into opportunities, challenges into solutions, and find answers to tough questions. The award-winning powerhouse voice of radio, Patricia Raskin. And now, here's your host, Patricia Raskin.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to the Patricia Raskin Show. Another 2-hour power-packed show for you. All different kinds of topics, fabulous people, so I'm so excited. And, you know, I want to thank a lot of you who see me out and about at different events and say that they listen to the show and that they really love it, and that means a lot to me because we try to bring on people who are really making a difference and helping you make a difference in your life, and that's what my work's always been about. Well, in our first half hour, I'm very excited. We are going to talk about the Harrington School of Communications and Media at the University of Rhode Island with my special guest, Adam David Roth, who is the PhD and the interim director and associate professor of the Harrington School of Communication and Media. And with him is Jenna Ziegelmeyer. Did I say that right? Ziegelmeyer. All right. And she is one of the students in the program who's been in a mentoring program with executives here in Rhode Island. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you very much for having us on the show, Patricia. This is exciting, and I know Jenna and I are really happy to be here today.
Thank you. Tell us about this incredible opening that you have for the Harrington School.
Well, that is definitely the most exciting thing that's happening right now. In just less than 2 weeks, we're opening a $7 million renovation of Ranger Hall on the historic URI Quad, and we're opening the Harrington Hub for Global Leadership in Communication and Media, which is a high-tech, state-of-the-art facility that will provide us with active learning classrooms, a digital innovation lab, film screening room, a living learning room for students to hang out and work in, media equipment resource center, video and audio editing suites, and an on-site advising center, too.
So could you actually do programming from there? Could you do radio and television or video programs from there?
Well, we have our own radio station on campus separate from this facility, and we have our own television station separate from that facility as well.
So this would be in addition?
It is in addition. It's an expansion of our current facilities. And it's also going to be home to our Media Equipment Center, where we have almost $1 million worth of technology that students can check in and check out for their own use.
How do you see the new facility used, for example? Would it be for visiting people coming into town that might use the studio?
Yes. We plan to have a lot of guest lectures and industry leaders who often visit with us and will talk with students and talk with faculty and give special presentations. And we also have a lot of community partnerships around the state who will use these facilities too. Most importantly, though, it's for our students.
Yeah. But isn't your school, the Harrington School of Communication and Media, one of the top schools in the country?
I would argue it definitely is. We are a global leader in communication and media research and education. We have an outstanding faculty, leading scholars from all over the world, scholars who are working in China and Africa and India, Morocco, Bosnia, Herzegovina. And so we really have some leaders in the field, and our students are really privileged to have an experience of being in a school like the Harrington School.
And weren't you traveling to some of these countries this summer?
Well, yes. I was in Greece this summer. I was in Serbia, and I was in Montenegro as well. And generally in the summer, I take my research on the road and present it around the world. And we do that around the country, too. And I'm not alone in that. Our faculty are doing that all the time.
So you're explaining to other countries what you're doing here.
That's right. That's right. We're bringing our research abroad, and we're interacting with scholars from other countries, too, to hear about their research.
And that was my next question, was the global impact. What do you think is the global impact of the Harrington School?
Well, we're producing a lot of research in the area of intercultural communication, and we have one of the foremost scholars in the world of intercultural communication on our faculty. That's Dr. Go-Ming Chen, and his research in intercultural communication is read worldwide. Faculty member Dr. Renee Hobbs, same thing. She's one of the, arguably, the world's most important digital media literacy scholars, too. And we like to say that our students are doing the same thing. We have students who are studying abroad, working abroad, interning abroad, and then, of course, learning from faculty who are from other countries or who are working in other countries.
Amazing. Jenna, tell us about the mentoring program. Now, I know you have a mentoring program, Adam.
That's right.
And your students then will work with different companies.
Yes.
Tell us about your experience.
Yes, so the Harrington Board Executive Advisory Council is a group of executives that are associated with the Harrington School. So there's a number of different vice presidents, CEOs, COOs. I was a mentee in the program, and my mentor was Jonathan Herman, who is the COO of a nursing and home healthcare corporation, and it's called Preferred Home Healthcare and Nursing Services. And so my mentor relationship with him mainly consisted through email and through phone calls. We talked a lot about what it takes to apply to different jobs, how to prepare for those, and what to do after I graduate.
And did you also visit on site? Did you have on-site visits?
I was not able to because his main office is in New Jersey, and I live in Massachusetts, so it was a little difficult with the distance there. But he does have an office in Andover that I plan on visiting at some point.
And Adam, is an alumni.
He is. He's an alum from 1999. He's a dear friend of the Harrington School of Communication and Media. He had some tremendous experiences when he was a student here. And now, as Jenna said, he is Chief Operating Officer of a large home healthcare and nursing company. And he's giving back in a variety of ways. And one way he's doing that is by working with students like Jenna.
Terrific. Yeah. And I want to mention that this program is sponsored by the Harrington School, but it's really sponsored by Worldways Social Marketing, and they are in Newport.
That's correct.
So they are the sponsor of this program, which is also brought to you by the Harrington School.
That's right. We're very fortunate to have Worldways Social Marketing with us. They're a real leader in their area. They have a real niche industry of doing social marketing for environmental, green causes and social causes.
You know, I think many times when we live in a state, we don't always see it's like we're too close to it. And I don't know if that many people here really know the impact of URI and the Harrington School, which is why you're here. But, I mean, we're talking global. We're talking huge. You have, as you said, some of the best scholars.
Yep.
So I want to open the phone lines, folks, if you have any questions about communication, about education, about what we're doing here in Rhode Island to bridge the gap.
That's right.
So that we're bringing in global leaders and global influence.
Yeah.
Please call and ask Adam Roth, who is the interim director. I don't think of you as interim, Adam.
Well, this is my third year in the position, although I've been in the Harrington School for 10 years now. So it's really been my academic home, and it's just been a wonderful decade. And
well, I met you a few years ago, and then you teach communication students.
Yeah.
So I came in and gave a lecture to some of your communication students, which was just delightful.
Yes. Well, I know the students enjoyed it a great deal, too, and you've hired a few of them as interns over the years as well.
You have some very talented students.
We do. And we're really delighted that we have this incredible executive advisory board associated with the school. And these are 43 real leaders in the media industry and grads like Christiane Amanpour and John King. And
we forgot about Meredith.
Absolutely, Meredith Vieira. Meredith Vieira will be joining us on October 21 when we have our grand opening ceremony of the Harrington Hub for Global Leadership in Communication and Media. And she'll be joined by executives from CBS and NBC and IBM and Warner Brothers.
If people listening to this would like to be part of it, is this open to the public?
Absolutely. They can just go to harringtonhub.com. Okay. That's harringtonhub.com. They can sign up. They can learn more. They can join us on the quad at URI October 21 at 11 a.m.
Yeah, and you know, for those of you who might be parents, grandparents, your kids are off at school, or your kids are coming home, or you've got kids in communication, and you think it would be great for them to hear this, log on and let them know. That's because they can come up for this event. So they would log on to
harringtonhub.com, or they can go to our website, harrington.uri.edu, and find out all the information they need to be there on October 21 at 11 a.m.
Which would be terrific. So it's like an opening ceremony.
It's an opening ceremony. You can tour the new facility. You can join with hundreds of other people who will be gathered. We'll, of course, have free music and food and giveaways, too. So it will be a really fun, exciting celebration restoration, and we're excited to show everybody what we've been working on for the past year with our renovation project.
Adam, how do you think this will help Rhode Island, the community itself, the people here?
I like to say that we are helping Rhode Island lead its way into a digital future. And we are training students who are real leaders in digital media. And there is no business or organization on the planet anymore, especially in Rhode Island, that's immune to the need for communication media leaders. And we are producing these students who are going to help Rhode Island organizations, both for-profit and non-profit, to succeed in the 21st century.
Because, Adam, digital communication is not the same as verbal communication. Right? It's like a little bit of a different language. You don't have the body language, which is over half of our communication.
That's right.
You have the word.
That's right.
You have the website.
That's right.
So it's a very different scope.
Incredibly different. Many of the jobs that our students are getting now did not exist 10 years ago. Right. A job like social media manager. I can't tell you how many of our students are hired to become social media managers.
All right, Jen, I want to ask you about that.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you're in the communication field.
Yes.
What do you want to do when you graduate? Where do you want to move into?
That's a great question that I don't particularly know the answer to yet, but I am a communication major as well as a writing and rhetoric major. Both majors are within the Harrington School. Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm kind of leaning towards going into writing and rhetoric, but I do like communication. I do like that field.
But now, if Jenna does that, she still really has to understand the digital world.
Absolutely.
Right? Because we have ebooks, we have blogs.
Absolutely.
We have Facebook Live.
That's right.
So it's really, I think what's happened is we're having to learn how to use more sound bites effectively. Well, people spending 60 seconds to say this long piece loses people today.
Exactly.
I don't know whether that's good or bad.
No,
Adam.
You need 140 characters or about 10 seconds, and that's it.
Yeah. Although there's the art of storytelling. And
always.
We don't want to lose that either.
Yeah, that's right. And I was just talking with Jenna as we were coming in here about a new video that we just produced on the Harrington School's Global Impact, and we'll be uploading this to our YouTube channel soon. And Jenna was interviewed as part of this as well because she was talking about her international study abroad experience. And I said, we interviewed 25 people, and we boiled this down to a 1.5-minute video. And students...
25 people?
Yes.
So you had sound bites.
We have students working on these videos, and they're learning that art of storytelling. And that art of storytelling does adapt to a modern era. There are different ways of doing it.
Well, look at TED Talks. Look how popular that is.
That's right.
I just came back from a conference where one of the women from California is a consultant. Mm-hmm. She helps people prepare for TED Talks. Mm-hmm. This is a new profession now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We had a student in the Harrington School the other day who's rehearsing for a TED Talk, and she's a finalist now, and so we brought a group of faculty and students together to listen to her rehearsal and to give her feedback on it.
Wonderful. All right, well, we're gonna talk more about communication. This segment is brought to you by Worldways Social Marketing in Newport, and also the Harrington School of Communications and Media at University of Rhode Island. My guests are Adam David Roth, who's the interim director and associate professor of the Harrington School, and we also have with us a student, Jenna Zieglermeyer. Is that pretty good? Mm-hmm. All right, good. All right, you're listening to the Patricia Raskin Show right here on News Talk 630 and 99.7 FM WPRO. We're the voice of Southern New England. We'll be right back. Well, hello, everyone. We are back, and we are back with Adam David Roth. This program, this half hour, is brought to you by Worldways Social Marketing in Newport and the Harrington School of Communication and Media at the University of Rhode Island. Adam David Roth is the interim director and associate professor there, and Jenna Zieglermeyer is a student and works with many companies as well. And she has been doing some mentoring programs with graduates of URI who have gone on to do big things and become CEOs of companies. So welcome back, Adam and Jenna.
Thank you, Patricia.
I want to bring this up because I think it's, and I'm going to couch what I'm saying carefully, folks, but you can all read between the lines. We know what the headlines in communications are. And we know there's been some, let's just say, very negative commentary that's been floating around in the last, not just yesterday, although that was huge, but other times. And, I think it's making a lot of people think, Adam, about, words and communication and, looking at what we say and the impact of our words.
Yes.
I'd like you to address this as a professor of communication.
Yeah. Oh, I think for the past 16 years that I've been educating students in communication, I've tried to impress upon them the importance of understanding and appreciating and also holding ourselves accountable to the agency of our words, the impact that our language has to do particular things in the world. And the way we say something has repercussions. Yeah. And so we have to hold ourselves accountable to that. And yes, the level of discourse in our culture right now isn't as positive as we might like, and as many people might like, and I hope our students are paying careful attention to that. But I see this generation is very different even than my own. These students want to make a positive impact on the world. They want to do good, and they're motivated by very different causes than even my generation, which isn't very far removed from theirs was. And so I'm optimistic that we have a lot to look forward to.
Well, in working with your students, and I've worked with 3, and I'm going to work with another one soon.
Yes, that's right.
I find, no matter what their skill level is, tremendous dedication.
Yeah.
Even if, for example, there might be something that I do that might not be their favorite thing.
Yeah.
But they want to learn it. They want to make it work. I mean, it's really... It's wonderful to watch that dedication. That they're there and they care and they're attentive.
Right.
And they're there for you. And I love, and there's a mentoring part to that too.
Absolutely.
Which I really love. But I'm glad to hear you say that because I've really dedicated my life to positive media.
Right.
Which is, and I've never really worked for a station. I've always either bought airtime or just been on shows or had my own show. Kind of as an ancillary piece, because I really feel that this positive messaging isn't Pollyanna. I mean, this is how we're going to motivate people to do well, Adam.
Absolutely. And from what I hear, you've been an extraordinary mentor to these students who have interned for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So, Jen, I'm going to turn it over to you for a minute.
Okay.
What is your feeling about the whole idea of moving forward? Now, you're going to graduate in
spring of 2018.
Okay, so you have so you're a sophomore.
I'm a junior.
You're a junior, so you have this year and next year.
Yes.
Okay. What have you learned about communication? What have you learned at this school that has really helped you in terms of your relationships with people, personally and professionally?
I mean, where do I start?
Well, just give me one.
I mean, this past summer, I studied abroad in Spain, and I am pursuing Spanish as another language. And I think that one of the most important things in relation to communication now we live in a global world, we need to know how to speak to other people. And that doesn't just mean within our language, it's with other languages too. So I'm trying my best to learn Spanish as much as I can right now. I'm nowhere near fluent, but even the level of Spanish that I have gained is going to help me immensely in any field that I choose.
And I think that also goes beyond into the whole idea of international protocol and etiquette, where you might not speak the language, but you want to know what those customs are.
Absolutely.
Because it may be very different from our custom.
And it helps us to appreciate how we should not be ethnocentric, how we should really appreciate and understand other cultures in this world, and to get a sense of how big this world is, and it's made up of a lot of people. And when we start to see how many people are on Facebook, right? We're over 1 billion people now. We realize that these platforms we engage in on an everyday basis does not just consist of our friends and our family and our parents in the United States, but people all over the world. And Jen is glutton for punishment because now she's toying with adding a third major to her studies at URI because communication...
Which would be Spanish.
Okay.
So she'll be writing and rhetoric, communication studies, and Spanish.
Yes.
Adam, what do you find you help your students with most? What do you find they come in with that many times they struggle with? Is it they're too wordy, or they're not wordy enough, or they're not emotional enough in their content and in their presentation? They hold back, they're afraid of speaking. All of the above?
Professionalism. To give them a sense of what it means to be a professional communicator, and particularly at their age, it's important that they impress upon other people that they know how to be professional because there's a bias associated with them from the get-go that they are young and they are inexperienced, and they need to overcome that bias through their writing and through their speaking. It must be perfect.
And so that's what you're helping people with, presentation
Absolutely.
skills.
And the confidence to let them know that they can do it. It's within their power to be excellent communicators, but it also takes a lot of conscientious work to do so, too.
Okay, talk again about the opening on the 21st, and what is your goal? What do you want to achieve, not just at the opening, but beyond?
Well, we want to create the global future of communication and media at URI in Rhode Island and around the world, and we want everybody in the Rhode Island community to join us and participate.
Tell us when and where again.
It is October 21 at 11 a.m. at the URI Kingston campus right on our main historic quadrangle.
Okay, Meredith Vieira will be there.
Meredith Vieira, U.S. Assistant Secretary of Public Affairs and Department Spokesperson from the State Department, John Kirby, members of our Executive Advisory Board from CBS and IBM and Thomson Reuters, Fidelity, Citizens Bank, on and on and on. This will be a tremendous celebration with hundreds of people, including, of course, our faculty, our staff, our students like Jenna, and members of the community.
Will, now, do you need to sign up? There's no cost to come.
There's no cost. It's free. We want to feed you for free. We want to entertain you for free. But we'd love for you. We would love for you to sign up. You can go right to harrington.uri.edu or harringtonhub.com, and you can RSVP. You can see over 200 people who have already RSVP'd for this event, and you can join in the celebration with us.
Can people write to you if they want?
Absolutely. They can always email me directly at adamroth, ADAMROTH, @uri.edu.
All right. Closing thoughts. We've got very short time. Jenna, what would you like to leave our audience with today?
I think just to understand that URI is a leading school for communication studies and that we have this great event coming up on the 21st and everyone should participate.
Thank you. And Adam?
I want to leave you with that our school is named after Richard J. Harrington, the former decade-long CEO of Thomson Reuters Corporation. He was a change agent in the communication and media field, and that's exactly what the Harrington School is doing in the world of communication and media today.
Spoken by an outstanding communicator.
Well,
Adam
thank you,
David.
Patricia.
Thank you.
I've learned as well from you.
Thank you. And this program's been brought to you by World Race Social Marketing in Newport, as well as the Harrington School of Communication. And after the first of the year, Adam, we'll get you back here again.
Wonderful. We can't wait.
All right. Thanks so much, folks. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the May organization, and I'm going to share some of my stuff with you as well. And we've got a whole other hour after that. Right here on News Talk 630 and 99.7 FM, WPRO, we're the voice of Southern New England from the Seascape News Center. The news is up next. I'm Patricia Raskin. Take it away, Laura Clarizio.